Next, this is a good opportunity for buddies to talk to buddies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
call them like Shoma here can right now write to McKenna and
Yeah,
say,
please.
"Yo."
Yeah, let me check if we have buddies before we start. I have the pictures. Let me see
So
the
if you,
pictures.
and then I also don't understand. We still have I don't know who's got cameras on or
Hey
not.
guys, you have to put back the camera. We know who, like
Everybody put
Kian,
that.
Julian, Andrew, Declan. Please.
And Julian, did Candia, was yours working?
No, Julian D, I think it's not working now. Correct, Julian?
No, it's not. You're right, coach.
Okay.
So Vincent and Julian D, it's not what. Oh, Declan, I think he will come back. He has it. But for example, Andrew, can you text Alex? No, Alex is fine. He texted me. Whose buddy we have here? Vincent, Amir, it's fine. He texted me. Anthony, William, both we don't have them. Connor with Jad, it's fine. He texted me. Declan, Julian. Declan, Julian. No, it's fine.
Can you hear me? Or
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Finally works. Okay.
I'm just checking who can text his buddy. Declan, you have Julian. It's fine. Jack, Julian Duffy. It's fine. Jack texted me. Jacob, Kian. Jacob is here. Kian is here. Liam, Thomas. Thomas, can you text Liam? It's your buddy on Team Snaps. You just to know why he's not showing up. And Lucas C, Lucas P. But Lucas Cho told me that he's not coming, but Lucas P, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want to text.
Hard. I know this is hard, guys. We have to hang in there. Okay, so the last thing I will say, we don't start an 8:15 meeting by logging on at 8:15. I had a meeting today with the judge in a court case. I'm a lawyer, as you guys might know, and he was on there literally 12 o'clock with 3 seconds. And if I would have been after him, it would have not have gone well. So guys, 5 minutes early, you log on to Zoom. Obviously 10 minutes early, you arrive to LCI for practice. For Zoom, it's 5 minutes. Just in your regular life going forward.
And that's always something we are saying, for a game, for training, just be early. We saw it every game we had. We were, I will say at time, but the other team, when we were starting to practice or training, they were already doing the first or second exercise. And as I always say, guys, devil is in the details. If we want to achieve something this year and our mission is to be top 2, top 3 to go up for the summer season, we have to make sure we are doing everything right. Okay, guys? So today, let's jump into the session. It's recorded. I will make sure that everybody is watching it, especially the one that didn't show up today. We will talk about fluid football, building from the back. It's good we have Connor. Jad, I don't know if he's already online, coach. Do you know?
No, but Connor, you're his buddy. Maybe you can then throw him a message.
Yes, please.
Jack and McKenna are skating.
Oh boy. That's not good.
Who's skating?
Jack and McKenna.
Jack told me he was skating. That's for sure. He told me, but he didn't tell me that
they might be practicing. But I don't think McKenna's on a skating team. Maybe they're doing pairs dancing for the Olympics.
Maybe he found something new for this summer. It's fine. Okay, but I will talk to him later on.
We'll talk.
It's okay. Okay. So guys, as maybe you already saw, Coach Cal sent, we have next week, we have so the talks. It's a good reminder, you see, Coach, next week we can discuss with the parents to make sure that everybody is on the same page. So as I mentioned, we do it voluntary, guys. Since we started these Zoom meetings, we are doing it voluntary. If we want it, we could be like, you know what? Let's check January 26th, and maybe we start something else, or we see you on the field. We didn't have to do these Zoom meetings two times per week. It's really voluntary. When we are telling you, please register on TeamSnap, that's what we are looking for, guys. Okay, before each session, try 24 hours before. Just make sure you're saying I'm coming, I'm not coming, or maybe I prefer that you're not coming, but you are saying it that. Like tonight, like McKinnon or the others, they say, yeah, I'm coming. And at the end, no updates. Okay, guys? And like I always say, take the cones. That's something important, guys. Sometimes you're like, oh, why I'm not playing, or why I'm not starting. I'm not just looking at the behavior doing on the field, but off the field. It's I really want to see the captain, the leaders before a game, before a session, that they are like coming, taking the balls, the bags of balls, the cones, everything, and at the end too. I don't want to have every time to say, please support me, support Coach Cal to take the cones. Every material on the field. So that's the reason why there is always this sentence about take the cones. Okay, guys. We start with the first video, fluid football. I will stop doing the video, and with Coach Cal we will ask you some question. Okay, guys.
Fluidity in football is another way of describing the freedom of movement that players have within a tactical system. Some managers prefer a more rigid, structured setup that requires positional discipline. Others prefer players to rotate positions in order to create fluid, flowing attacks.
Guys, first question. Within our team, what's my strategy? To have a static structure, or to have a fluid versatility structure? You can answer me on the chat, or you can just like just take the unmute yourself, guys. Yeah, Kian. Oh, yeah.
Fluid and yeah, just like fluid and versatility.
Good. Anybody else? We have a small group, guys, so everybody can talk tonight.
Coach, I think like our position wise, I think like each person is set kind of to a certain area, and most of the time like we stay there. For example, like the center back will most of the time stay like on the defensive side of the pitch near the middle. So most of the time I feel like it would be static, but sometimes with some positions like you can move more freely. But for example, like positions like goalie is like obviously more static.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah,
I
I agree.
think-
Like I find like for like the more like a midfielder, like the center mid and like attacking mid positions, it's a lot more fluid and like you're never staying in the same spot. Like you can be anywhere in the field depending on where the ball is. But like for a lot of the other positions, like yeah, for like center back or for winger, it's a bit more static. So it kind of depends.
Okay, Connor, Julian.
I feel that we're come some sort of way in the middle. So like that white line, I feel like play like very static but very fluid at the same time. So
Okay, good. Julian. Can be both, huh? Julian.
It's definitely a mix of both, I would say.
Yeah, I also think it's a mix of both.
Okay.
I was gonna say that it's very fluid in the back and in the middle. Like you always tell us, the wing backs to come up and support the play down the sidelines, and the defense to rotate in, and the center mids to drop back sometimes, maybe go up forwards. So the mid and the D are quite flexible in the positions that they rotate to. And yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think it's a mix between both, but more fluid, because even, the strikers, we talked about it last week about this false nine that will drop, open the space for like the wingers to go up. And in the same time, the midfielders, like for example, it can be Vincent, Declan, the others, Alex, that they are like at the middle, and sometimes they can drop, ask the ball to Connor or to Jad, and after they can distribute, into the on the left side or right side. So it's a mix of both. But as I always mentioned, and because in our division we need versatility, we don't have sometimes too much defenders. For example, Jacob, that now sometimes he has to drop as a central back. So it's really like we need versatility for every position, because we know during the season, and it's good because we are trying the 4-3-3 and the 3-5-2. It's good that everybody knows a little bit of the other position. So in the same time, they understand how they have to move and how they have to behave on the field.
You see, this fluid movement helps to make a team less predictable and therefore, in theory, harder to defend against. Player rotations or players swapping positions creates confusion in opposition defences, drags defenders out of position, and ensures the ball can move from back to front, as there is always a player free to receive. Rotations are different to a winger swapping sides, or a striker switching positions with an inside forward. Within a fluid passing move, players will adjust their position multiple times. For example, if the base of a diamond suddenly runs to overlap the wide left, the wide right will drop into the base while the wide left moves across to the wide right, thus maintaining the shape and ensuring that there are always passing options available. In coaching sessions, these sorts of movements are often introduced in drills, advanced in small-sided games like 3v3 or 5v5, with parameters set on the game to ensure it's focused on movement, and then applied in training matches. However, to make it work, players need a strong tactical understanding and chemistry with their teammates, as well as good off-the-ball movement combined with technical skill to ensure that they can receive and pass under pressure. When a team has repeated this enough times in training and matches, the movements become second nature. Rather than just reacting to a teammate leaving a position, players can anticipate and sense when to move early to make things flow. For it to work, players should be fluent in different roles so as to ensure the team isn't weakened by having individuals out of position, like a centre-back on the wing or a target man striker in midfield. This is why Manchester City have so many similar players in their starting 11 at times, with Pep Guardiola's 2 false nine system including Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, Riyad Mahrez and Phil Foden across a front line which can interchange roles as though automated on a computer. Yet Guardiola is actually more rigid as a coach than it might seem. City's beautiful interweaving football might look free-flowing, but it's been rehearsed, honed and executed by high-level players to their coach's design. It's only really in the final third that the players have freedom, but even then the team maintains its structure. So, although it's fluid, it's also highly structured. Conversely, a team like Burnley, coached by Sean Dyche, doesn't have quite the same level of talent available, and so playing a defensive, rigid system in which the ball goes long to a big striker, then out to a winger who looks for crosses into the box, suits the players available. And it has been consistently successful. In a fluid system, a turnover high up the pitch might lead to dangerous counterattacks as the team has to adjust back into an organised defensive shape, which is why so many teams who play with fluidity also tend to press in numbers immediately after losing the ball.
That's the reason why, guys, we are doing this type of exercise like the 10s against 5. And that's the exercise again. I will just say it again. We will do it every time now, because that's the moment during a game that we want to make sure that if we lose the ball, we have 2-3 players that they are coming right after the player like this. So he is like, he's in stress. He doesn't know what to do. He will lose the ball directly. That's the reason why we always press by 2, by 3. Otherwise, if we press by 1 and the other player on the other team is like better with his skills, he can just eliminate really easily our player and have after the sideline, and he can do whatever he wants. So that's the reason why we are trying now to do this 10 against 5 sided game during our practice.
To prevent this from happening. More rigid teams like Burnley will certainly practice fluid movement in training, they just don't have so many opportunities to show it off when they're out of possession so often. Atletico Madrid are another example of a team that we think of as structurally rigid. Yet, when they break forward on the counter, the movement and interchange of the forwards helps with chance creation. You see, all teams are capable of this kind of movement, and even the most defensive and rigid of systems still cater for players interchanging positions during quick passing moves to help confuse a defence. When it's done correctly by an attacking team, fluid football can be mesmerising. But as plenty of managers and teams have shown, that doesn't always guarantee success.
Coach, any feedback before we ask the players if they have any question?
I think it's a good video. I think, when we're out of possession, obviously we're pressing, but that's when we have to become a little more static in terms of knowing, everyone needs to know the position they're in. But also they showed where that one of the defenders, the overlapping fullback is coming up, then the midfielder has to know to drop back to help defend, but also to complete the diamond or the triangle. So, I think this stuff we do practice. We're going to practice some more of this, but I really don't have anything to add beyond the video. I thought it was a good one.
Any question, team, or we go to the next slide? Yeah.
I have something.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time we actually do good fluid movements in the middle with like the 3 middle players. Like I know me and Amir switch a lot and we do a lot of things like that, which is always good. But sometimes if we lose the ball, we're out of position and we don't know who to mark anymore because we're in different spots and we're probably marking different players after that, and we get a bit confused sometimes, I think.
Yeah. And in any case, when you are switching, you have to make sure the other one understand too, because it's good that you are switching and going on his side, but if he doesn't cover you like we just saw on the video, there is a big gap, and we saw it on some of the game. I saw it on the last video against Whitby. The gap between the midfielders and the attack and the defense was huge. So that's a good feedback. Yes.
And also, coach, I think like when we're tired and out, like near the end of games, like at the start we're all like fluid, and then near the end when we're all tired and our brains aren't like as good because we're tired and all, like I feel like we're more static. Like we don't move as much, and we don't open up for each other as much. So I feel like we're more static at the end, and I think we should like stay fluid the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. That's something we have to work on, but that's part of the game too, to know when you can accelerate. It's not like going into the first 5 minutes of the game and like, okay, we are rushing, and after 15 minutes you're already tired. And secondly, we just have two half of 25 minutes. So normally, if we are well prepared before the game with the practice, we should be okay. And doing a game, guys, if you are tired, don't worry, just say you're tired. I don't want you to stay on the pitch just to say, oh, I play 50 minutes. If you feel tired, you ask for a substitute. Okay, you ask to go out of to be on the sideline, because I don't want you to play 50 minutes but you are like after 20 minutes already tired. That's a really important one. I will show it again Thursday when we have hopefully everybody, because this is what we are trying to achieve for every game now. Okay, building from the back. So I will start the video. I will stop doing it, and at the end again ask you for feedback.
There's a reason that so many of the world's best managers, like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp and Marcelo Bielsa, have their teams play out from the back. And that is because it allows them to keep the ball and retain control of the game. Teams who play this way need to be technically proficient, positionally aware and calm under pressure, as passing the ball out from goalkeeper to defender to midfielder allows the opposition to get high up the pitch and press in dangerous areas. And although this pressure sometimes causes errors on the ball and results in the opposition gaining possession near the box, the benefits can often outweigh the risks. By building patiently with short passes, the team in possession can work their way up the pitch and arrive in the final third as coached on the training ground, rather than having to rely on the lottery of kicking it long and contesting a high ball. It gives managers control, and that means the team can attack with cohesion, as attended when designing the tactical system. From there, they can work the ball around the final third until they find an opening, making use of their attacking strengths. And the team shape will usually change to facilitate that. For example, a team playing in a 4-3-3 will often resemble a 2-3-2-3 in the first phase of build-up, as the
You're muted, coach. Muted.
Yeah, sorry. So when we play 4-3-3, we will have Liam, William or Jacob that will drop, because in any case, when it's a goal kick, they can't, the opponent can't enter the penalty zone, okay? The inside zone, so they can't. So for example, we have Liam, Jacob. Here we can have Anthony. Here we can have Lucas. Here, for example, a midfielder can drop. So it can be, for example, Alex. It can be Vincent. It can be Shoma, for example. So you see, they can really drop and ask for the ball. And then when you receive the ball, the other, they have to move next to them. They can't be there. Otherwise, this guy, for example, Jacob, he has the ball, and after there is the opponent pressing on him, he will be like, okay, what I'm doing again? I play again with Connor or Jad. So the others, they really have to be connected and make sure that they are like close to each other.
centre-backs split wide, the holding midfielder drops to support, and the fullbacks push up, creating vertical passing options. Players need to move in relation to where the ball is in order to maintain these passing lines and create new ones, particularly when the opposition presses high to close them down. So when the best teams do this, the shape becomes a fluid, automated-looking structure as individuals identify space and positions which allow them diagonal, vertical passes. Sideways and backwards passes can give the opposition the chance to push even higher, and so maintaining the structure of the team shape is essential for escaping the press. Of course, the risk is clearly in losing the ball while in a vulnerable and exposed defensive shape. But if players pass with accuracy and at the right tempo, the team can move up the pitch as a unit and arrive in the opposition half in their designated attacking shape, with possession. Those teams who have mastered this style of play are able to quickly pass their way through an opponent's press, swiftly turning defence into attack, leading to chances on goal. Now, of course, a far easier way to get the ball closer to the opposition box and to nullify any danger that a high-pressing opponent poses is to hit long balls from goal kicks. However, launching passes up the pitch results in 50-50 aerial duels and means the team in possession doesn't really have possession or control.
That's important, guys. Why we want to do this? First of all, it's to retain the control, but secondly, because in this type of statistic, you see 50-50. We can't go with long ball first because we don't have the capacity to have really long ball. You know, at this group of at this age, you can't drop a ball like 60, 50 meters. It's really complicated for you. Most of the time you will try it and it will go directly into an opponent. So it doesn't make sense. And if it arrive at the middle or on the side, we have to make sure after to do a good header and to win the second ball. So it's a lot of you know, a lot of I will say yeah, difficult to know that, oh yeah, we will drop the ball. After this, a good header. After this, for sure, we will win the second ball. No, it's better we try as we did perfectly. I think I saw it on the video, and Kevin told me the last game against Whitby. We try every time with Jad, and it will be with Connor in the future, and with the two goalkeepers, really to play with the goalkeeper. And if you see that when you receive the ball, you don't have the right, I will say, support at this moment, come back to the goalkeeper. Of course, a good pass, because if you miss the pass to the goalkeeper, it can be a goal. It can be directly like a goal for the opponent. Okay, guys. So you have to make sure that if you give back the ball to Connor or Jad, you have to make sure that you're on the right at the right moment. And Connor on your side, it's the same. You're the goalkeeper. You see everything. You have to tell them, man on, it's coming. Give me back the ball, and with your hand, you can tell him, okay, give me the ball on the left, give me the ball on the right. And that's something else we will work with the goalkeeper. I want to make sure that you can kick the ball with the left and right foot, guys. Okay, even if it takes time, you're still in an early age that you can still improve, because sometimes you will receive the ball on your weak foot, sorry. So it's good that you can train and practice with the left foot, because I guess no, Connor, yeah, both of you play with the right foot and not the left, correct? I guess Connor, I think that's
Connor's lefty.
Yeah, so sorry. So Connor, you will play with the right, and Jad, I think Jad is right-footed, so yeah, he will have to play with the left foot. So that's something we will work on. Coach, anything to?
No. I mean, sometimes you pass it back to the keeper. Sometimes the right play is for the keeper to just kick it out, right? I mean, to be honest, to play it into safety, and that's.
I mean, if sometimes you see that it's impossible because the other team is really pressing you guys, and you can't, you can't go up. Sometimes it's good to kick the ball on the side. It's better to kick the ball on the side, Connor, because if you play it straight, sometimes it goes directly to a striker or a cam, and they are right in front of our goal. Another thing I wanted to show you, especially you, Connor, I will ask you a lot, and Connor or you, Jad, this type of thing. Especially when, not just when we have the ball, but sometimes remember the video the last time I showed you against Whitby, when Connor, I think, is doing the header and they kick the ball directly into our zone, and I think it's Jacob or Liam that is running to
I
take
think
the ball.
Declan, yeah, Declan headed it, yeah.
Remember this one, Connor, or no? When they are just like kicking the ball with B. Connor, 1-2, 1-2.
Sorry, you're talking about Jeff with Whitby. Declan headed it, and then they sent the ball long.
Yeah, remember this one, Connor?
That wasn't me, coach. That was Declan. I wasn't playing that game.
Yeah, so it was Jad.
That was
Yeah.
the goalie.
And Jad is not with us, correct?
Oh, Jad's here, I think. Yeah, Jad's on. Just no
Ah,
camera.
Jad, you here?
Yeah, I'm here, coach. I
Okay.
came like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. So Jad, Connor, I will ask you when we have the ball, be outside of your zone, okay? Because this type of situation can happen. So, long ball for the opponent, and I want you to, be the first one. That's the goalkeeper of Manchester City after he's doing maybe a little bit too much. But I will ask you to be outside of your zone. Because as I always say, you're not just part of, you're not just here to defend. You're here to be part of the game, and you're the first striker of the team. So be always outside of your zone, especially when we have the ball. And the type of situation we had the last game against Whitby when Connor did the header, the other player from Whitby just shoot the ball into our zone. I just want you to be like, outside of the zone, so you can come here and clear the ball. You don't have to control after and pass it if you can't, but just clear the ball. Go outside and take this ball, okay? That's just something that I wanted to show you on this video. Any feedback, Connor or Jad, for regarding the positioning?
Yeah, just when I have the ball, oftentimes I feel like I don't have the time to make the decision, and like I don't really have many options. So just get like really wide and drop back down to give me like a parallel pass so that I can have a good option if I am in trouble.
And maybe this will help you too, because if you're not waiting on the line and you are a little bit outside, you will take the ball. You will maybe control it and maybe have the time to do something, because if you're waiting on the line, you will be stressed too, to be like, oh shit, I'm on my line, I have the ball now. If the pass is not going well, that can be a goal against us. That's another thing too. But every time we have the ball, when we are like in an attacking position, go outside of the zone. I'm not asking you there, but it can be, like outside of the penalty zone in the D. That can be where you can where you can wait, because if the defenders, they don't know what to do with the ball, they can come back to you. And if we have a long ball from the opponent, we always do, you can control it. Just make sure you have the rebound, because the synthetic we are playing, this type of field, sometimes the ball goes up and can come over you. But just to let you know, we will train, we will practice on this, but just to let you know, for you and Jad, any feedback or no?
I just want to say, like, I agree with Connor. Like, us as goalkeepers, we don't have a lot of time, because especially like compared to like actual like football games, because the pitches in size is like a lot different. Like the pitches we play on are smaller, and there's also like technically there's overall less game time, so people can have like more energy to like push harder. So it's kind of hard to we get a lot less time to think if we can who we should pass to. Or
but I think if you're a little bit deeper, a little bit up on the field, maybe you will see a little bit better. Let's see, because sometimes, especially when I'm saying we are attacking, I'm not saying when we are defending. That's impossible. But when we are attacking, the opponent, they are playing on their side, So sometimes you can even ask the ball if you see that the defenders, they don't know what to do, and we have to do something else, or to go on the other side, because we know some of the players at this type of age, they can't do they can't cross the ball from one side to the other one. It's really complicated. So instead of doing this and losing the ball, they can maybe come back to you, and you play on the left side or you play on the right side. Okay. Just what I said, guys, and especially for you, Connor and Jad, this part. Communication. The goalkeeper is the eyes of the team. Key communication, you see? telling a teammate if they have time and space to turn, or whether they are under pressure and should play the way they are facing. So just simple words. You don't have to do sentences, but turn, man on, switch. And when I'm saying switch, it can be with you guys, you know, when on the right side it's not working, switch, they come back to you and you play on the left side. Hold, time, simple things. And decision making, that's your thing too, okay? When to play out with short combinations. So if defenders, they are coming to you, you can play with them. And like Coach Kyle just said, when to play long. So when sometimes you see that it's impossible to play short with your defenders or midfielders that they dropped, just play long. On the side, you know, just shoot the ball and that's it. And on the right side, some principle when we are in possession and out of possession. Possession, stretch the pitch, creating space, expansive approach, okay? When we don't have the ball, compact, controlling space, restrictive approach. That's the type of exercise we are doing, the 10s against 5. When we lose the ball, I want 2, 3, 4 players, depending of the game. But I really, when we lose the ball directly, we have players that they are coming and trying to take the ball. And another quote at the bottom, if you can see it, from one of the best player and one of the one that created this tiki-taka with Guardiola in the past. If you have the ball, you must make the field as big as possible. And if you don't have the ball, you must make it as small as possible. So when we have the ball, from the left to the right, right to the left, and sometimes we play back with the goalkeeper. And if we lose the ball, directly we have like 4 or 5 players coming into the goal, into the opponent, trying to take the ball. Okay. Any feedback, guys? Anything to ask? No feedback, guys? No question? Simple, guys. Really like. But really, the goalkeeper is one of the, it's really important. The goalkeeper is not just here when we have a corner kick against us or he has to defend. Like I always say, it's a quote saying like the first striker is the goalkeeper and the first defender is the striker. That's perfectly into this picture. Okay. I sent you a picture on the Team Snap group and on iMessage, guys. How to stay match fit for football during winter. Watch it when you have time. It's 7 minutes. Some exercise that you can do at home with a ball.
Because okay? Guys, if you're serious about you,
I will not put. It's just I didn't put the video. It's just like 7 seconds of video. But just guys, if you have time, one of these days, just watch it. Okay, it's 7 minutes. Some exercise you can do at home. Okay, it's a quick video you can do at home.
Which is gonna suck, and also we're gonna do some stamina and fitness running. And the only important thing to remember before you get started is to make sure you warmed up nicely and stretched well.
Stretch, really remember well, guys, sure always stretch before and after a game and training session. Okay.
That would be really, really stupid. It's a stretch.
So that's the video. I put it on the chat. You can find it online too on YouTube. Okay. And to finish, that's a quote, of course, from one of the best football players of all time. And of course, he was French. So he said, I once cried because I had no shoes to play football with my friends. But one day I saw a man who had no feet and I realized how rich I am. So guys, remember, enjoy and have fun. Okay. That's a sport that you have to enjoy. Okay. So when we are on the pitch, the Tuesday, the Thursday, the Saturday night, guys, just enjoy it with your buddies. And the result will come for sure. Okay, if you are enjoying on the field and on off the field, for sure you will enjoy it. Okay. Any question, guys, before we wrap up this call? I'm already receiving some message from Liam saying he's so sorry, totally forgot about the Zoom call. It won't happen again. Ooh, next week with the parents, coach.
Yeah, so guys, I honestly, we were on a great roll the last 2 weeks. I'm disappointed about today. In terms of the start, 8:50 is not the time to show up, so I'm not going to say that again. And also, kind of, we let our buddies down here. If your buddy's not here, you let him down. And so you know, we gotta do better keeping each other accountable. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But hopefully we'll be back on the pitch next Thursday, but probably not. But we'll see. But
We'll see.
but we only have a few more weeks of this anyway. But let's hang in
Coach,
there.
did you want, just for those that they are here, just to confirm the time with the parents?
Yeah.
And
So you all received an email about your one-on-one with the parent. Okay. So bring one parent or two or a guardian. And it's next Monday and Wednesday night. So check your emails if you haven't gotten it. I only had one request for a change, which I've accommodated, so we're all good.
okay, good. Any question, guys, before we wrap up? Any feedback, or you good to go? Okay, Coach. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, guys.
See you Thursday night,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
You're welcome, Vincent, and the rest. Be 5 minutes earlier and talk to your buddy, okay?
Thank you,
You know
Coach.
your buddy.
Thank
So
you.
talk to him before Thursday.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck in school tomorrow, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Get in trouble.